Vishveshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Hari Om. Welcome to everyone for the evening session of Tattva Bodha. In the morning session, we have discussed the topics. First topic that we discussed was Mithya. Then we discussed Atma Tattva. What is Atma Tattva? Then, in the definition of Atma Tattva, whatever was given is beautifully analyzed. One part of it. What was that? Sukshma Sharira, Sula Sharira, Karana Sharira is analyzed. Then, what are the three states that beautifully analyzed? Then, we have seen how the whole world is nothing but our own mental imagination, and how it is affecting every one of us. With this right knowledge, one can very well grow about the experiences. Which experiences? Unconducive experiences of life. Knowledge is that which makes it possible. Having understood few things about our own body, mind, intellect, what can we grow about now? So, let us think about these points. Body first, that is called as Sthula Sharira. Whatever the color of the skin is because of not anyone. It is because of me, myself. Because I am creating a blueprint of myself. Whatever is a manufacturing defect in some body, there is a manufacturing defect. That manufacturing defect is not because of someone. That manufacturing defect is because of my blueprint. What is manufacturing defect? Just to touch this point. Some people, they are born with a challenge, physical status as well as mental status. Yes or no?
Yes.
Born with that. What to do now? Nothing can be done. Whatever support you can give, but that it is. So, understand body level, when we do comparison, is it of any meaning? That you have to understand very well. My God, if I keep doing the comparison on body level about anything, there's no meaning at all. Why? Everyone is earning whatever he or she is because of his or her actions. So physical body we have understood. Then comes the mental and intellectual status. Now mental status as well as intellectual status, that also depends on our own n number of past, not this year, this life's actions alone, but n number of life's past actions. And therefore one has to understand that anywhere on mental status or intellectual status, comparison is of no use at all. If we drop comparison from our life, what can be the state of your mind? No comparison with anyone for anything. Just imagine. How beautiful can be the mind? So good. Okay. Then we have seen there are three states. What are they? Waking world, deep sleep, and dream world. What is waking world? Now, please understand. Body, as a stool body, gross body is made up of 5 elements. That 5 elements are interacting with 5 objects of the world. Okay? And in the definition it is said, Avasthatraya Sakshi. Avasthatraya Sakshi. That means that Atma Tattva is witness to waking world, dream world and deep sleep world. Witness. It is not interacting anywhere. It is only a witness. Okay. Example. Now sun is there in the sky. And in the bright sunlight, so many activities are happening. The sunlight is everywhere. Is sun involved in any action? No. Is sun involved in any action? No. It's not involved in any action. In the presence of sunlight, actions are happening. In the same way, in the presence of Atma Tattva, all the transaction of the body and world is going on. And there is no connection of Atma Tattva to any action. No connection. So having understood this, we have reached to one point where in deep sleep state, when body, mind and intellect is as though absent, as though is underlined. Why? Because again, after the deep sleep, what is there? Then the mind wakes up. and transactional action means transactional world starts. So, Vedanta principle, little principles, that which gets refuted in one state is called as unreal. That which is refuted means that which is absent, which is not functioning, which is not present, which is absolutely existence-less at that moment. So what is that? See, the mind is present in the waking world, and it is also present in the deep sleep, in the dream state, but it is not present in a deep sleep state. So what happened? Then it is called as unreal. Similarly, intellect. It is present in first waking world, yes. In dream world, yes. Again, in the deep sleep state, it is absent. That means that's also unreal. The body was present in first and second, and in third, that is deep sleep, it was actually not present. That means there was no connect. That means that is also unreal. So let us recollect the meaning of unreal. In Vedanta, unreal does not mean it does not exist. Unreal does not mean it does not exist. Unreal means at some point of time it is, then it changes and again appears in a different form. Again it changes and again appears in different form. Now think, yesterday's mind and today's mind is the same mind? Not at all. What I was thinking yesterday, it is all gone, and today something else is coming up in the mind. So it is totally different. Right. So this is the point we have to understand. Then when the deep sleep was there, but when I got up from the sleep, I said, I slept well. Now when mind was absent, intellect was absent, who has this experience? That was our last point of the last session. So let us take up now ahead. We are starting with now Panchakoshake. Panchakosha. What is the
61.
measure?
61.
In new book 61. Panchakoshake Annamaya Pranamaya Manomaya Vijnanamaya Anandamaya Yascheti. So this, what is called as kosha? What are the koshas? These are the 5 koshas. Please put off your mobile phone, please. Annamaya kaha Annarasenaiva bhutva Annarasenaiva vruddhim Prapya Annarupa pruthavyam Yad viliyate Tad annamayaha Koshaha Sthula Shariram.
Sthula Shariram.
A beautiful definition of Annamaya Kosha. Anna Rasenaiva Bhutva. Bhutva means that which is of. It is because of. So, Anna Rasenaiva Bhutva. This gross body is come to existence because of Anna. Anna means food. Is this clear now? First point. Then, how does it grow? Then again, it grows because of food alone. Okay? Second point. Anna Rupa Pruthavyam Yad Viliyate. Then where does it go? Then it merges back to the Anna only. Means earth. It has come from the earth and going back to the what it is. Sthula Shariram. This gross body is coming from Anna, and Anna is nothing but the Prithvi. Yes or no?
Yes.
That means Prithvi is taking a form. Please note it. When the seed is sown, all the branches, all the leaves, all the fruits and flowers, who actually is? Earth, soil, in different form. My God, Swami, the form is so attractive. No doubt, my dear, and that's why it is elusive. It just deludes the mind. What? The form. See the important point. So, this body has come from Anna, and choicelessly it is going back to Anna. Now ask the question, can I be the Anna? क्या मैं फूड हूँ? क्या मैं फूड हो सकता हूँ? हे राम, नहीं, मैं नहीं फूड हो सकता हूँ. How can I be the food? Oh my God. So this is nothing but the food. Food and food alone. There is nothing else. Okay. So, if we understand this reality, which actually we know, but we forget very conveniently. That is the point. We forget it. It's not that nobody knows it, everyone knows it. This is nothing but the food. Now, this is called as forgetfulness. And having forgotten actual or swarupa, that is called as nature, I have taken this as me. And therefore, when this is me, anything happens to it, it happens to me. And that's how then the whole sorrow and joys are connected to our life. But one who understands, okay, it is happening to this body, and which is my instrument. Just imagine what we have said. This is happening to the body, and this body is my instrument. So, I have to take care as much as I can. As much I can. And everything has limitations. And therefore, understanding the limitations, I have to remain quiet also. What is the limitation? Once the body becomes jara jara, that means old. Now if we have to say, no, I have to eat that, and I must eat that, and I should only eat that, then that's the problem. So as the condition changes, our food habit should change. How? Because this is now is most beneficial for it. So let us do that which is beneficial. That's all. That which is beneficial. And not that which is so called as giving a great excitement to our taste. So such simple changes we have to do when there are changes happening in this body. So this is called as Annamaya, this Sharira is. Pranamaya, what is called as Pranamaya? Pranadhyaha, Panchavayavaha, Vagadindriya Panchakam, Pranamaya Koshaha. So, what is Pranamaya Koshaha? All pranas. Now please understand, one prana has one function. Now prana, which is called as a breathing, that prana, it has this function to bring the oxygen and to remove the carbon dioxide. That is a function of prana. Then there is called as apana. Apana, the function is evacuation of all the dirt from the body. That is a function of that prana. That is called as apana. So it is called as apana vayu, prana vayu. I said, this is how we understand that. Then called as vyana. What is vyana? That vayu which has a function of circulation of nutrient. Because of that, the nutrient gets circulated in the body. Udana. Udana vayu has a very different thing. It is whatever is inside, it has to throw out. So like somebody vomits, it is because of Udana vayu. And a very specific function of Udana vayu and a very different, a very classic is to throw subtle body out of the gross body. Who is doing? Your prana. Is throwing your subtle body out of your gross body. Can you imagine? My prana, which I was thinking, me, my prana, that prana has only thrown the subtle body out. That is a function of that prana. Okay. Samana, that whatever we have digested, that assimilation, to absorb all the nutrient, and that is a function of samana vayu. So these are the functions of pranamaya kosha, which contains 5 pranas. Next, manomaya kosha, manascha jnanendriya panchakam, militva yo bhavati, sa manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, buddhi jnanendriya panchakam, militva yo bhavati, sa vijnanamaya kosha. So we have to understand now mind and intellect. If we have to understand, it is not like this is mind and this is intellect, like that. Why? Because both are subtle. So you cannot distinct that this is mind and this is intellect. Only the function of mind and intellect, they are different. What is The mind is that, it is called as sankalpa vikalpatmaka manaham. What is buddhi? Nishchayatmika buddhi. That is the function. Okay, so what it is said? Manascha jnanendriya panchakam militva. So the mind is with 5 sense organ of perception. Sense organ of perception. And buddhi, same, jnanendriya panchakam militva. Buddhi is also connected to 5 sense organ of perception. So whatever we perceive, it comes to the mind. Whatever, good, bad, whatever. So senses, when it interacts with the world, now please understand, senses when it interacts with the world, it doesn't know what is good and what is bad. Please note. Then it only knows how to interact. It only knows how to interact. Now, mind is such, what it knows, it only can receive the impulse. But it cannot take a decision of good and bad. Then there is an intellect which has this capacity that what is good, what is bad. And that intellect which has this knowledge provided by our surrounding, then only it can function. Please note now. Intellect has a capacity to take right decision. When? When it is supplied with right knowledge. Is this clear to everyone? Example, this body has a capacity to do certain functions. When the food is given. Now you cut off food of someone for last or for next 3 days. And he says, come on, we are going for a walk. Let us go for a walk or marathon, sparda. Marathon. Not possible. Why? Something which is a power-giving source is absent. Now please understand. The power-giving source is one and one, which is called as knowledge. When the knowledge is given at right time, with right guidance, then the intellect becomes bright. Otherwise, the intellect remains as just any other organ which, even though has a capacity, but can't function. Can't function. Example, keep one child right from the beginning in the forest. How it will learn the language? Bolo ji? It has capacity or not? It has a capacity, but the source, when it is absent, the intellect doesn't know ABCD. Arey, this boy is grown so big, ABCD तेरे को पता नहीं? I was in jungle, my dear. See, source, if it is absent, it cannot work. Now please understand. People, those who are not having the self-knowledge, from early life of our own goes through tremendous sorrowful states. Yes or no? This is how it is. Just because of absence of one point, bus, that's all. And nothing else. If that knowledge is given in the beginning, then the life would have been something totally different. Totally different. Just imagine. Even though it is there, but the source, if it is not given, nobody can do anything. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a point. That means it is not only to have the instrument is only great, but to have the instrument and then to groom it correctly, then only it can act correctly. Please note it. Every instrument should be groomed correctly. Otherwise, then in the world, there are 5 things which are predominantly taking the space of every mind and intellect. What is that? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara. This is how it is. Kama, desire, oh desire. Krodha, oh my God. Pucho mat, krodh ki to baat. How dare you to say this to me? Krodha. Lobha, oh Rama. Lobha to pucho mat. जो अपना नहीं भी है, वो इसको भी अपना करना चाहते हैं। और चाहिए, कितना चाहिए? कुछ नहीं। No limit नहीं कुछ। Gandhi ji said beautifully. Mahatma Gandhi ji, he said, this earth has enough of everything, but it cannot satisfy the greed of one. Can you imagine? The earth cannot satisfy the greed. My God. Can you imagine the greed can be how big? Okay. So lobha, moha, delusion. Then mada, ahankara. And then matsara, jealousy. That thing is there with that person. How can it be with that person? Let me have that. And if I do not get it, then you have to see the matsara. What is matsara? Burning from inside. And still trying to keep that means this person is burning from inside. But trying to show, oh, no, nothing happening to me. But that person knows what is happening inside. Burning. Why? Cannot stand to the success of the world. Such a terrific situation. So, this is what happens if we do not provide the right source to the instrument. Then what is available? This is what is available. Now just imagine, we also had enough of this because of our own association. Yes or no?
Yes.
Because our association was like that. And nobody told us about this glorious knowledge of our own scriptures and our own self. And therefore, we also gathered useless things from the world. Because that's only available. Predominantly. Now just imagine. All the youngsters predominantly they have an instrument in their hand called as smartphones. How are they using it? Muluji. My God. Horrible. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is a point. That if this is right, the instrument can be used correctly. But if this is not right, the instrument is using them. Hope the point is clear. Who is using whom? Now your time is killed by whom? By your instrument. My God, how much time? Now just imagine, I am not exaggerating. 5 to 8 hours. It is proved by research, every youngster is with useless messages and social media. Kitna? 5 to 8 hours of the day. My God! Just imagine if that 5 to 8 hours, if that person puts in his own life for every section of his life to improve, what will happen? What cannot happen? I'll tell you, early in the morning, when I was coming by Shatabdi Express, it is at 7:40, so we reached there at 7 o'clock in Delhi. The coolie never, in that time, had no work. 7 o'clock, in this cold, this person is with mobile. And if I tell you the song, 7 o'clock, mobile, he's sitting there and mobile. Who? Coolie. The mind is totally captured, yes or no?
Yes.
By whom? By instrument. And now this is how one has to understand. Our mind is also captured by wrong notions. Please note it. That is a point which I wanted to hit with this. It is captured by that, but our mind is also captured by wrong notions. What are the wrong notions? The biggest wrong notion is, I am the body. How much it is captured by? Totally. I am this body, I am this body, I am this body, I am this body. The whole intellect. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is the point. How did you get it? चुन्नू, नाम बताओ आपका? चुन्नू से किसका? तेरा, ये. Everyone said, you are this body. Yes or no?
Yes.
और चुन्नू का नाम रख दिया और चुन्नू को बर्बाद कर दिया. उसके बाद चुन्नू ने सोचा मैं यही हूँ, मुन्नू. Just imagine this also we have received from the world. Yes or no?
Yes.
That is a point. Now one has to understand, okay, let it be whatever it was. Now I have come to the right source. Let me remove all my conditioning of wrong notion. Let us take up the charge of life now. This is the point. Ask yourself, am I ready to take complete charge of my life? Very important point. What does it mean? I will decide what should happen in my mind. And not the mind will decide what will happen to me. Hope it hit your mind.
Yes.
Let me repeat. I will decide what will happen to this mind. Not the mind should decide what will happen to me. Hope it is clear.
Yes.
It is only possible when I connect to the right knowledge. Otherwise it's not possible. Otherwise mind will make you dance on its own tune. But when you take a complete source with yourself, that is the knowledge, then the mind slowly submit itself to the knowledge. And let me just tell a very subtle thing. It becomes knowledge. It takes long time for this shift from the crude mind to the pure mind. Pure mind is nothing but knowledge alone. Okay. So, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya kaha. Evameva Karana Sharira Bhuta Avidyastha Malina Sattvam Priyadivritti Sahitam Sat Anandamaya Koshaha Etat Kosha Panchakam. What is Karana Sharira? That where there is a deep sleep and there is no interaction possible at all. Then what is there? Then there is total bliss only with ignorance. That's the point. It is Samadhi, Sthiti, but with ignorance. That's all. What is Samadhi? Just to have a understanding. That state of deep sleep with awareness. Hope it is clear?
Yes.
That is Samadhi. Only the ignorance is gone and there is awareness. But the Sharira Mana Buddhi is quiet and there is no interaction happening to the world. This is a Panchamaya Kosha. Beyond the five shits, what is there? Okay. Madiyam Shariram Madiya Prana Madiyam Manascha Madiya Buddhi Madiyam Ajnanamiti Svenaiva Dhyayate Tad Yatha Madiyatvena Jnatam Kataka Kundala Juhadikam Swasma Dhinnam Tatha Panchakoshadikam Swasma Dhinnam Madiyatvena Dhyajnatam Dhyajnatam Atma Na Bhavati. So it is said, as we all know, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. What is that? So the example is here. This is bangle, then this is earring, this is house, and this is mine. Now just understand. You have built a house and you started staying in it, and you say, it is mine. Now ask the question just for the analysis. What is yours? Is earth yours? No. Is a brick yours? Is a cement yours? Is a color yours? What is yours? Wrong notion. This is mine, that's all. Just wrong notion. This is mine. When I start living in it, do you say this is me? Hope not. When you start living in this body, then how can you say this is me? Hope it is clear.
Yes.
But we can say this is mine.
So, this is my instrument. What is this instrument for? This instrument is for to know the self, who am I? Why? Because no other instrument in the world has a capacity to know who I am. And therefore, this beautiful instrument is created by God to know who I am. Who I am. So it is said, this is how slowly, when we understand this is not me, 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 then comes who am I? Now that is going to be beautifully explained, and which is called as the nature of the self. Please repeat. Atma tarhi kaha Satchit Ananda Rupaha. What is the Atma? Then the definition of Atma in a very crisp way, it's called as Satchit Ananda, is a Swarupa of Atma. Swarupa, let us focus this word. What is called as Swarupa? Swarupa in English is called as nature. Nature. So, the nature is that which never changes. That is called as nature. Example. Nature of sun is light and heat. Is there any possibility of change in it? Never. So that is called as nature. Nature of sun is heat and light both together. Separate the two. Separate the light and heat. Is it possible?
Nothing.
Not possible. Similarly, Sat Chit Ananda, nobody can separate it. It is one and one alone. Hope it is clear. It is one and one alone. You cannot separate this is Sat, this is Chit, this is Anand. It is only to make understanding better and clear what Atma Tattva is. Okay. So, there are things to understand in Vedanta. So, one is called as Swarupa. So, and when you take up something and explain it, then it is called as that Swarupa is explained by taking a support of something. So it's called as Lakshana. So Swarupa Lakshana and Tatastha Lakshana. These are the Lakshanas of Vedanta. What is called as Tatastha Lakshana? Example is, if you have to just explain something. So he says, this house is near to the garden. So what we have done? Garden we have taken a support and explained this is how the house is. So something is taken as a support and then it is explained. But when it is says Swaswarupa, there is no support taken. It is explained as it is. So as it is, that is Swarupa Lakshana of Atma is Sat Chit Ananda. As it is. How it is? It is one, and there is no change possible. There is no change possible. How is it so? That we are going to see in our next session. That how the Sat Chit Ananda is and how it is changeless. It has no change in itself at all. Please repeat. Om Namo Narayana.